It's getting hot. Our planet is warming because of climate change. Human activities have increased our planet's average temperature by 1.5 to 2 degrees compared to a century ago. And this is not good at all. But why and how did climate change happen? What are the consequences? And can we reverse it? Our planet, the Earth, is surrounded by a life-sustaining atmosphere that keeps us warm by producing a greenhouse effect due to specific gases called greenhouse gases that trap the energy of the rays from our star, the Sun. Fortunately, the greenhouse effect warms the planet. Otherwise, the average temperature of the Earth would be minus 18 degrees Celsius. There will be no liquid water and probably not the abundant life that we see today. Unfortunately, since the Industrial Revolution, we have burned an ever-increasing amount of fossil fuels and released a tremendous amount of greenhouse gases, especially CO₂, into the atmosphere. This has increased the concentration of greenhouse gases and increased the greenhouse effect and the temperature of our planet. This global warming causes climate disruptions with extreme events such as cyclones, flooding, droughts, or the melting of icebergs at the poles or glaciers in the mountains that lead to the rise in sea levels and potentially the destruction of ecosystems. Can we go back? Can we respect the Paris Agreement to reduce carbon emissions? To reduce the concentration of CO₂ in the atmosphere, we must first drastically reduce the amount of emitted CO₂. But we must also find ways to remove CO₂ from both the air and the oceans. Fortunately, every day, scientists are working to develop increasingly effective technologies. Once we have successfully captured the CO₂ in a gaseous state, we need to use it. For example, to produce new bio or green fuels, or other chemicals that delay its release into the atmosphere. Alternatively, we must put the CO₂ somewhere. We need to store it. But where? It needs to go underground. To do this, we must first compress it to make it a liquid, or nearly so, and after that we can store it in depleted oil or gas fields. But there are not many of these worldwide. Otherwise, we can store it in reservoirs of salty water. And there we find many of these reservoirs worldwide at depths of over 1,000 meters, or at the bottom of the oceans on what we call offshore. Here at UPPA, several teams are working on these solutions. Our aim is to facilitate the energy transition and improve our environment for us and future generations.